guys, welcome back to the Untagged Podcast, where we give you the latest in equestrian chick chat and small town stories. Today we're talking about the unsung heroes of the horse world.
These are the real McCoys, or possibly just the ones riding bitch, or just fronting the bill.
Either way, we know the struggle is real, and we're here to talk about it.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Untagged Podcast. My name is Melanie.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Yvette.
And I'm Mariko.
And this is Untagged.
I love that we already it's already in.
I like ponies.
Last week we started a new little trend that we're going to start doing in every episode. Each one of us is going to take 10 seconds and just give you a thought that's on our mind or something that's going on in our lives or something that we're doing this coming weekend or whatever it could be.
A tidbit of information.
So you guys can get to know us a little bit better.
We were going to call it a lope around the arena, but then I accidentally called it a hot lap, and I think we like that a little bit better.
So we're going to start off with Mal.
My hot lap for today is that I just got back from a family vacation. It's my favorite, and I wait for it every year, and we go to Mammoth Mountain with my whole family.
That looked really fun.
It did.
Thank you.
How's your mom?
My mom actually got hurt, so we will be taking care of her. She's actually playing bench warmer right now, or how Mariko liked to call it. You called it something
She's
earlier.
lame.
What did I say?
She's not sound.
Geriatric!
She's geriatric.
That was really good.
Yeah, so my mom's actually lame right now. She is not sound, and she will be recovering and hopefully getting better soon.
We love you, Mama.
Yes.
Love you, Mama G.
She's so supportive too.
She
So
is.
why did the podcast drop on the right day?
Side note, that was my fault.
I'm going to take y'all for a little hot lap. Last week I talked about how I was going to Glamis on vacation. Well, I went, and I had a blast, and I'm sad that the season's over, but you know what? It's going to be a fun summer, and I'm ready for river season. And a lot of adventures with Untagged.
Yay.
Put your phones on silent!
I'll take you on a hot lap, but my hot lap isn't going to be really about anything that I did this week. Kind of wanting to cut my bangs, so I got these little clip-ins, and I'm really digging them. It's like every time I watch people on television or something and they have bangs, I'm like, oh my god, I want to do it. And then I'll regret it. That's basically my hot lap because I don't really have anything else. And I'm excited for St. Patrick's Day. We all wore green.
Yes.
This episode's going to come out on St. Patrick's Day. We're going to do a cool little ride. And we're hoping somebody's will come.
Can you please send me the link for your bangs? Because I have intrusive thoughts sometimes, and I think about chopping my hair off, and I think about giving myself bangs, and you know what? I really shouldn't.
Intrusive thoughts. Let's do a reel with all of us having bangs.
Yes.
Actually, they kind of look good. So my hot lap, Aaron took a lesson on Tex, which is the free horse that he never wanted to ride, that we spent all that money trying to avoid having him ride, and now he is now on top of her. So he took a lesson, and it
I'm
was
so proud of
entertaining.
him.
I was proud of him too.
Good job,
That
Aaron.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Go, Aaron.
So he rode the crazy redhead mare.
Love that.
Crazy redhead mare.
Watch her be so good for him. Like, they're going to click, and they're going to be like that, because it's always the ones that are least expected.
Well, on the tune of Aaron and horse husbands, our episode tonight is about horse husbands. So we're going to start with defining for our listeners what a horse husband is. And basically we've categorized them for you, which I'm sure all of the horse husbands appreciate. So the first one that we're going to talk about is the supportive horse husband.
AKA boyfriend. I would say that I have chosen the supportive horse husband title because Kyle just jumped right into it with no problem, really. He accepted it. He was like, teach me, like, let me learn. How can I help? What is this called? Do you think I can come and feed them? Like, just was totally kind of interested in learning why I do what I do. meeting them for the first time, I think he was totally nervous, you know, because obviously you're meeting like 1,000-pound animal. You're like, are they nice? What are they going to do? I mean, some people feel like that with dogs.
So he had
But-
never ridden before?
No. He still hasn't.
He still hasn't?
He's going to.
No.
What?
We're gonna get him on.
You asked him?
Yes, but we have agreed that he'll be in a controlled environment. Like he's very comfortable with them on the ground. He doesn't want to ruin that by getting on and have something bad happen. So we'll do it like when you're more comfortable. Like we already agreed that we're not going to rush it because he doesn't want to not like them anymore.
I actually can appreciate that theory. What I like most in this situation is that Mel has described this moment as we agreed and we've discussed that for his first time, for our first time, it's going to be in a controlled environment.
I've tried getting him to go on a trail ride,
Oh,
and he's
he
like,
said
no.
No.
It needs to
Yeah.
be like in closed proximity of the barn and slow and
Is that how you like it?
girl, we cannot put this in the podcast.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
So he is very supportive, though. I've seen him at the shows and at the rodeos, and he's just sitting in his little chair, and then he has all the dogs in his lap, and he's just like, you need me to help you with anything?
Yeah.
He's really sweet.
Does he ever hook up your trailer, pull
Oh,
your
yeah.
tack in?
Yeah.
Daddy has no problem doing
Yeah.
it.
Daddy has no problem. He'll hook up the trailer. He'll take the trailer off. He'll, after I'm done riding and I go change, he'll untack my horse for me, put it away. He might not know what the purpose is or, you know, where it goes, but he'll help me grab everything and say, where do you want this? You know, or can I help you brush him off?
Since we're talking about Kyle, do you want to mention, you said that he sent a little note?
Yes, Kyle has a statement for this podcast.
Kyle.
Dear podcasters.
Dear podcasters, I asked my quote-unquote horse husband, aka boyfriend, to please send a statement so that way he can share with you his viewpoint on being aka horse husband. My favorite thing about being a horse future husband is being introduced to a whole new world of things I never thought I'd be a part of. Also, I feel like it has made you super independent and hardworking, and those are qualities I'm super attracted to. And seeing your caretaking traits firsthand is pretty amazing. Also, has made me value animals more.
He really is the supportive one. That is really cute. I think that's adorable with Kyle, by the way. I just think it's the sweetest. So the other categories of horse husbands or boyfriends, if you will, we have two, which would be the confused one and the grumpy one.
Oh, I'll take that one. Mike is like, he tries to be supportive, but also he doesn't like really know what to do. And then like when the horses start freaking out, he's like, well, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, let me take a step back. Like, let her handle it. He tries to be supportive. Like, out of a 3-day rodeo, he'll probably go 1 day, which I'm fine with because you don't really need to be there all 3 days. But there are certain things that he will do and certain things that he won't do. Like, he likes it, but he doesn't like it. It's not his thing, but he knows it's my thing. So he's like, he tries to be like, yeah, horses, but is at the same time like, yeah, horses. Like, again, finish your conversation about horses because I'm tired of hearing it. He didn't grow up having horses or wanting horses. Who knows if he even wanted a damn horse girlfriend, but here he is, and he's stuck with me.
So what's the one thing that you think he doesn't want to do, but he does because he does it for you?
Whenever I ask him to go on a ride with me, he tries, but it's not his favorite thing, but he will do it. Like, if it's a group activity, like, can we all go on a ride? He'll go. But if I'm like, babe, let's go to this rodeo, or come on, let's just go on a ride, like, he's not going to be like, okay, let's go. It's like, come on, like, I got to do some sweet talking. So.
What's his feelings on mucking horse stalls?
I feel like if I really needed him to do it, he would do it, but I don't see him mucking horse stalls anytime soon.
Picking horse feet.
He'd be like, I'm not gonna get kicked by that motherfucker.
Checking the temperature in the rectum.
You're out of your freaking, you're off your rocker on that one. He works so much, so it's like, I don't want to go visit your horse after work.
I feel like maybe that's where Micah would be in the confused portion of it because he might do it, yes, but he's going to be like, I don't know what to do.
And then I feel like once it starts getting into the grumpy stage, it's like, okay, are you done at the barn yet? What time are you going to be home?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have another rodeo? Like, because rodeos, they do take a lot of time. So it's like, oh, you have another rodeo? Or especially my favorite one was I had gotten in a car accident and I didn't have a car for a while. And he had to take me to practice every Monday. And he had to sit there. And so after that, he was kind of like, horses. Yeah. Do you like ponies? No, he don't like ponies. Yeah, you're going to catch him on his own horse anytime soon.
Would he buy you another one?
I think like when we're more set up in the future, I think if I wanted another horse, he would, because when I mentioned like wanting, this is where he can be supportive, like, because he does do certain things, like he will attack my horse. Like if I talk about certain things, like he wants to help me out. He wants to be there. Like when I said like I found a horse trailer, he was like, well, how much is it? Like trying to figure out, like he does try, but also he's confused and a bit grumpy. When I have rodeos, like, he'll go like 1 day out of the 3 days, which I'm okay with because it is a lot. But there was one rodeo in specific where it was out of town. I was like, yeah, we're going on, like, we have to go out of town. He's hauling me out there. He's going to be camping with me. And then we were in a town right next to Glamis. Realistically, if I'm being 1,000% honest, I probably would have done the same thing because it is Glamis, but he was only down to go to the rodeo because he was able to go to Glamis. Like, yeah, I'll haul you out there. As soon as we were leaving, that bike got loaded in the back of the truck, and I was like, shit, he really is gonna leave me.
He's all, no, this is the rodeo pit bike.
It's like, wow, he's
yes,
so into it.
I love that man to death, but like, just horses aren't his thing.
He's all, I saw you run that flag 1,800 times.
Yes, he tries to be supportive. He was helping me set up them stalls, but then as soon as I got a Rebel in the stall, he was like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
That's so great.
You would have done the same though, huh?
I really would. It's Glamis though. You cannot argue with that. If you have not gone, you need to go and you need to experience it once in your life. I asked Mike, I said, can you please send me a statement of your thoughts and feelings of being a horse husband? He said, whatever makes you happy, I guess.
So my horse husband, Aaron, has been
definitely
converted.
Fully converted. 100% converted.
Owns a hat and a pair of boots.
And that's all you really need, really, to say you're a horse person.
Yes. And a geriatric horse.
You got a lot of geriatric horses at our house. So Aaron, I would say, is the fully converted because he is fully immersed himself in all things horses for me. I mean, I do not muck my stalls. He mucks them in the morning. He mucks at night. He does their buckets.
Damn!
He feeds their equivox. He does that pretty much. Actually, he just dewormed them the other day, too. So, you know, I saw him outside of the kitchen window, and I saw that he was, like, trying to catch Luna. And I was like...
And you're just sitting in the kitchen watching.
She's just drinking her coffee and watching him through the window, going... That's my man.
I sent him a text message and I was like, go give her grain and she'll come for the food. And you can put the halter on her. And he didn't see, so I was like shouting at him because he has his headphones on. Give her grain! and so I see him putting the halter on her.
Taking like 30 steps forward.
No, and she runs. She bolts. I'm not going out there. I'm watching him do this. I'm like, what is he doing? And so then I see him put the halter on her finally after like literally probably 10-15 minutes of trying to chase her around, and she's going out to the arena, into the stall, into the next stall, out to the turnout, and he's like back and forth. And then I'm like, that's weird. He just like took the halter off and then he's going to go get Tex, and Tex does the same thing. She runs out to the arena, she runs into the stall, and you just see him patiently like walking around with the halter trying to put it on. And I finally call out to him and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? And he was like, I'm worming the horses.
That's impressive that he knows when and how to do that.
It is. He's fully converted. So Aaron worms the horses. He feeds the horses. He mucks the horses. But there's other things that he does too that are just make him fully immersed in all things. So the other day I came home and I had bought a new head stall for Luna. And I wanted her to have like a black and white head stall so it would match all of her tack that I'm going to get her. That's going to be all black and white. And so the head stall's been sitting inside of our house for a while. And he came home the other day and from Thrifty Force. And he bought a crib chain. Is that what they're called?
Curb chain?
A curb chain?
Mhm.
Actually could not even put one on. I don't know how to do it because he sets them up for me.
Wow.
Get new tack, he sets it up. He's like, I was gonna buy you a new bit for it, so then that way they would all have like full complete sets.
That's so nice.
He's like, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to have the same one or a different one. He's like, so I figured I'd just buy the chain and then we could go back and we would figure out, what bit we wanted to put in it. So he's like fully like in it.
He's
And
invested.
He's invested for sure. But for him, it's not just, it doesn't stop at horses in our backyard. So he entertains.
Poor guy just wants a cat.
He does.
Poor guy just wants a cat, and she won't let him get one.
He can't have a cat, but he can have a pig.
Uh-huh.
Pig.
He can have pigs.
Goats that like to get
Goats that like to almost decapitate themselves
Yes.
in hay nets.
Yes.
Geriatric horses
Yes.
that almost throw themselves over the brick wall into your pool. And chickens. And dogs.
The healer dog that he never asked for. One other thing that puts him in the fully converted, this poor man. So when we first moved to Norco, we moved here because of the horses. And we wanted to put them in the backyard. It was just grass back there. Everything was grass. So Aaron, he made the whole thing, like the whole layout. Built out the pipe stalls. He built out the full like little arena turnout area, which is all made of wood that he has to replace every time Tex rubs her butt against it. So he's like, totally in it. And he's building things. He's replacing things. He's cleaning horse water trays, pig water trays. I don't do any of that. He
And
does
that's
it all.
nasty work.
He is so in it that he's so in it. It all comes down to even the parades.
Yes,
He goes all out for it, down all the way down to the damn chicken show.
he does.
He is in it, and he is committed, and there ain't no going back.
I would like to add, because I know Aaron, that not only is he a fully converted horse husband, he is a fully committed husband in general.
Yeah.
Yes, and
So
father.
He shows up actively as a husband and a father, like Savannah
Yes.
said, no matter what.
Yeah.
Even the podcast, like we were
Yeah.
struggling so much with our audio, and he did so much research and came one day with a full setup for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
To make sure that
did.
like he's so supportive of everything that Mariko does, and we just went back to being supportive again. But he's a fully converted just baddie. We appreciate you
He a
Yes.
baddie.
so much, Aaron. You are
Big Aaron, not the little one.
Shout out to Aaron for our audio because we
Yeah.
couldn't figure out how to make me heard
Yes.
and how for somebody to stop being echoey and for this and that and
static.
he literally sponsored our whole microphone thing because
He did. So he is the supportive one. He is confused. He is grumpy. He's just fully converted.
Yes.
He's all of it. All right. So I did ask Aaron
I'm so sorry.
while we were sitting here because I loved what Melanie did with Kyle. He said to me, or what I said to him was, and I'll just read it. Can you please send me a statement on your thoughts or feelings about being a horse husband? And he says, oh God. As I'm outside right now fighting your horses and chasing your dog away from eating shit, is this for tonight? I said, yes, right now. And he says, it's after 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night. And my wife is asking me to write about my experience as a horse husband while I'm standing in a muddy horse stall cleaning up a broken light I was attempting to install from a pile of wet hay and goat poop. That pretty much sums up my experience as a horse husband. We have animals on our property that have to be fed every morning and every night. I want you to really think about that. Every morning and every night. Raining, ? Below freezing, ? 105 degrees outside, ? Yep, they have to eat. You've just got done throwing back a few beers and aren't walking too straight. They still need to eat. have to get up and be on the road before dawn, you have the flu and 102-degree fever, they still need to eat. Oh, and while you're out there, don't forget to muck too. I'd estimate 150 pounds of horse crap per horse each week. But don't worry, all of your hard work will absolutely not be appreciated. The mares still pin their ears at me. The geldings like scratches, but they will always be mama's boys. And all those stalls and fences you work so hard to build, they will destroy them regularly.
Yes.
That's
That was
amazing.
so good.
And-
We have the supportive one. We have the confused and grumpy one. We have the fully converted one. And then there's some of us that have the already cowboys.
Yes. We both, Adrian and I, my husband and I, we're born into this. Like, we both share the same passion in every way. Like, we both know, like, if the horses' stalls need to get mucked, one of us is going to get it done. Like, either he's going to do it or I'm going to do it. We're both going to feed. We share all the responsibilities. When anything goes wrong with the horses, like, we both are, like, there wrapping their legs or hold the horse so I could do this and da-da-da-da. And when he is doing something for work and he needs me to get the horses ready, I'll wash them for him while he's getting all his stuff ready. It's like everything is shared. It's teamwork. Like Savannah says, it's 3-day rodeos and he's doing his own thing too. And it's like a lot. They're long days. They're long weekends. So yeah, I mean, all of them, I'm sure, get grumpy about it. It's normal and it's understandable. But he is there every time saddling my horse for me. I never have to saddle when we're gonna go in because so that I don't get dirty or sweaty, and I'm comfortable. And yeah, like it's awesome because he understands it's never a problem. He tacks at my horse for me. It's never a problem. I can trust the fact that he's doing that. I can trust that he's gonna feed right and do the supplements right, all that, and then I help him the same way. Like I'm equally as. It's a team.
See, this is where I feel like it's like a catch-22 with the already converted cowboy and the
Yeah.
fully converted, because the fully converted, like, he's accepted his responsibility. So when you say things like you share this dual responsibility,
I know.
I don't love that.
I get a little jealous that you don't have that. You don't do any of the work.
I do too.
I think
But-
that he's also fully convinced.
Yes. That is. I will say that Adrian, he does not care if it's all girls. He doesn't care who you are. Like, if you are in like his vicinity or if you're his people, like, he's there for you. I remember one time at a rodeo, I couldn't get Rebel in the trailer. I towed myself to the rodeo. It was like the first time that I ever towed myself by myself.
Oh my God,
And
I remember that.
It literally took me, Yvette, our friend Alyssa, literally took all of us to get Rebel in the trailer. And literally, like, Yvette and Adrian were there instantly. They heard Rebel freaking out, like, trying to get into the trailer, and they showed up. Adrian was like, nope, here you go. I got you. Yvette and Adrian had him loaded in seconds. I was like, they are, like, literally a match made in
She's
heaven.
like, imagine this trailer, okay?
It is, like, it is ghetto fabulous.
It's very.
it's
Hey,
rank.
it makes you get from one
It
place
does.
to another, and that's awesome.
And it has very, very many memories.
Yeah. So imagine this trailer that has. It's a 4-horse trailer.
Yes, and it literally
But
looks
it-
like a scary tunnel. It's a 4-horse straight load.
There you go, 4-horse straight load. Imagine this 4-horse trailer that has 2 long. There's a separator in the middle, and there's 2 long hallways.
Yes.
And then in between those 2 long hallways, there's another 2 doors that close. So you can imagine it's a 4-horse trailer, but there are like 2 in the front, 2 in the back.
I might have
and
a video.
Separators in the middle, and like it's literally like a cross. And there's horses on each side of those crosses. So there's 4 horses, 2 horses in the front, 2 horses in the back. But you can't get in on the other side and bring the horse in. So you have to like walk the horse in and then jump out the little
Yes.
door that's on the side. So as soon as you get to the feeder in the front of the trailer, you have to jump out the door on
And
the
it's-
side of it and hope that the horse doesn't follow you out.
The little door that she's talking about, you gotta hope that when you get out of that door, that you have enough time to run back to the back and shut his ass in so he can't back out. Well, by the time I would even shut the door to run around, he's already running backwards out, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get my damn horse home. Yvette's like, we're either getting him in your trailer or I'm taking him home in mine because we ain't staying here all night. And I'm like, okay. Like, he's just so supportive of his people. And it's nice, like, being able to, like, you have people that know what they're doing that's like, okay, you, like, because you know how sometimes, like, you need that manpower. It's like, he's only going to listen to a man. Sometimes that's rebel.
That's the nice thing about having a already cowboy in the group is like there's only so much we can do as females, and then it's like, all right, well, Adrian, we're gonna need some manpower, like Savannah said, because they can just handle it, and he's got experience, you know, help out and share his experience with us.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
I have a few rapid fire questions.
All right, go for it.
Who can ride faster?
Me. Better too. Oh yeah, he says it.
Who buys more tack?
Well, he fronts the bill. If that's what you He fronts the bill.
Wait, he's calling.
Hello? Hi.
Yeah, so I was looking it up. I'm not really considered a horse husband.
How so?
Well, horse husbands are like it's kind of like it's a husband that you have to get into the whole lifestyle of having a horse. Like I'm into it as much as you are.
Yeah.
So I think we're just like a horse couple.
I love that.
Yeah, we're just a horse couple. I was reading somewhere where like some guys like I go to the horse show and I hold the bucket and I'm like I'm not that guy.
I mean, technically speaking, I do feel like you are getting the buckets of water.
Yeah,
you're holding them. You're tacking up her horse for her.
That's just being a gentleman. That's not being a horse husband.
I have a question for you, Adrian.
Yes.
Would you ever ride on the back of a horse that you...
No.
No, my dad would kill
Such a
me.
bad look.
It's such a bad look.
Such a bad look. Ugh.
My dad would turn over in his grave. He'd be like, "Why the hell did I buy you a horse if you're gonna be riding bitch on somebody else?"
Yeah, no.
Mm-mm.
That is awesome.
Okay, I love you, honey.
Love you too.
Bye.
That was like so spot on
Yes.
to what you said.
So, I know, completely spot on. So do you think there's anything like perks that they would feel dating or marrying a horse?
We're very independent. INDEPENDENT. You already know what that means.
I was gonna say I'm very want to do it yourself. Like I want to figure out how to do it. Like I want you to help me, but I want you to show me so that way I can do it next time.
I feel like we always want to struggle first doing it, and then once we get to that breaking point, we're like, okay, fine, show me.
I feel like the confidence. They like that confidence. Like he loves it. One time we were going on a trail and I was bareback on Traveler, and there was one of those jumpers. I told you how he hates jumpers, and there was one of the jumpers, and he was so scared, so he started backing up. And when he backed up, he bumped into the fence. He reared up really straight, and then he came down, and I was bareback. And when I came down, he was like, "That was so hot."
I was just going to say, he's probably like, that was so hot.
That was so hot.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that Aaron doesn't really see too many perks
In his position.
in his position. But I will probably say that a lot of people wonder how I managed to keep him happy in his life.
I have heard him.
Yes. And this is a very common, phrase, is that in horseback riding, when people are learning the discipline and how to ride, when you're sitting on top of a horse, they say you're a princess or a queen. You sit like a princess or a queen, and your hands are quiet, but your hips ride like a whore.
I love that.
I've heard that one.
I
before.
love that. Can we put that on a shirt?
Yes.
And so that is a perk of being a horse husband or boyfriend, is that you definitely with someone who's got hips like a whore.
Not always.
Speak for yourself, woman.
I was gonna say.
God damn. You're bold. I was gonna say some people don't ride gracefully though,
They don't. They don't.
so that doesn't apply to everyone.
That is true, but most of the good ones.
Is a term I want to use. Stockholm syndrome.
What's that?
Aaron has Stockholm syndrome.
My poor husband. It's so sad.
Let me give you the term. You want me to give you the
Yeah.
term of
Yes.
Stockholm syndrome? It's actually a true story. It happened in Stockholm.
Poor Aaron. It's... Listen, that man will do anything. Anything.
I say
for
he
a
will
treat.
literally do anything
Yes.
to make
All
you
right,
happy.
so Stockholm syndrome is a proposed condition or theory that tries to explain why hostages sometimes develop a physical bond with their captors.
I love that. That is. Here's.
People who display symptoms resembling Stockholm syndrome may develop positive feelings or emotional bonds with their abusers or captors. And may even defend or protect them while showing distrust or anger towards those who try to help them escape their situation. Aaron for sure has Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
Poor Aaron. I love him. It's true. I'm going to hold him captive for life.
We're going to move on to now our final topic, which would be our advice for the horse husbands and horse boyfriends out there.
Happy wife, happy life.
Period.
You better learn to go with the flow.
I would say buckle up and get ready for the ride. The best thing you can do is be supportive because you ain't gonna stop them.
For some of you, I might just say turn around and run.
Yeah,
That's probably
pretty
what Aaron
valid.
would say. Turn around and run. If you are on Tinder or you're on Bumble, whatever dating app, and you have an opportunity to not swipe right because you see that she's riding a horse, consider that.
I really do give them a shout out because it's not easy being his horse husband. It's not easy, moving into a life that you didn't really wish to be a part of or that you didn't really think that you would ever be a part of. There's just certain things that they do that nobody will understand how much it means to you, but it means a lot. And I want to say that I love you and I appreciate all that you do for me and Rebel.
I love you too, Adrian. Thank you for all the help and everything that you do for me. I appreciate you, especially saddling up so I don't get dirty.
Babe, can you learn how to saddle Rebel? Because that would be nice.
That'll be baby.
Thank you, honey. You're not held captive. I love you.
But I would be really fun if all of you guys share your stories with us. Any husband stories, significant other stories. And then we will definitely mention you guys in our next episode.
Yeah,
That'd
we
be
could-
really fun to read
Let us know
about.
what type of
Yeah.
horse husband you have.
All right, girls. Let's cinch this up.
Thank you guys so much for watching Untagged Podcast today. Make sure you give us a like, comment, and subscribe.